As surprising as it might be, the most exciting feature of this digital piano is not the keyboard and it's not the samples or any of those features, it's actually the pedal. Let me tell you why. Here I have another digital piano review for you, and this piano is actually really exciting because of some cool features that it has, one of which I've already mentioned, which is the pedal, and I want to get to that in a moment. Now this is a little bit more expensive keyboard than some of the other ones that I reviewed, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to review it. Reviewed some budget entry-level keyboards to give you guys an idea of what's out there and what you can expect from some of these models. This is a more mid to upper range price. This Donner OURA series S300 digital piano retails for about $1,000, so it's a little bit higher up there. Now, it's really nice, comes with, in this whole package, pedal kit, these legs that bolt on, and it comes with this cover, which is actually really nice. It sort of shuts away and just looks like a little desk or something. And they've gone for this very kind of modern minimalist design, which is really nice. Now we'll have some close-ups so you guys can see some more things. This bar in the back functions here so that our lid can just rest against it. It has a nice groove cut here. And if I grab a piece of music, I'll show you that it actually works really well as a music stand. Just like this. Fits really nice, just like so. So that's actually a great feature right there. And this is actually also a Donner bench that they sent me to review. And this is a pretty decent little bench. However, one of the issues I have with it is it's just too low and there's no adjustability. Only complaint there in terms of cushion, it's nice, firm, comfortable, and it looks really nice. The design goes right with the digital piano. So you guys know me, I'm always about function. And so to me, this functional lid / music stand, this is really nice. Most of the time, the music stands that come with these digitals are not great. This actually works fabulous. This design to me is really, really nice. Now the function of the keyboard. The keyboard is really nice. It's very responsive. The weight feels nice and it feels very even. This is probably one of the nicest digital piano actions that I've ever felt in terms of responsiveness. Okay, so the keyboard, the action itself is really solid. It does have some different sounds. You'll notice there's no buttons, which again I really like. I hate all the buttons everywhere. And basically you have this function knob and you just push it and you push a key. So like this is piano with strings, etc. And there's a number of different sounds. So of course, for me, I'm gonna just keep it on piano. So the sleek look like that is really great. One of the most notable things to me, and maybe this will mean the same to you, is that this is the only digital that I've ever had here in the studio that I actually am like, yeah, I want to keep this. So this is an instrument that I feel confident to have my kids play on. And if you guys have been around the channel, you know, for a long time, watched some of my videos, you know that that's pretty high praise. Now, we have to get to the pedal because, like I said, that is the most notable feature of it. You'll notice that it comes with a 3-pedal kit, and this pedal kit actually bolts to the frame, and it looks really nice. It's nice and sturdy, it looks clean, and really, really nice in the whole package. Now, of course, we have standard sustain pedal. We have a soft or una corda pedal. And then we have our sustain pedal. So damper pedal, I think I said sustain, I meant damper. I don't know what I said. Anyway, here we go. So sustain pedal, and of course they function normally. So you might be thinking, wait a second, what's the deal? Well, this pedal comes programmed so it's capable of pedal depth sensitivity, or what Donner calls half pedal capabilities. And I don't know if this is really widely available with other manufacturers. I've never heard it talked about like at all. So when I saw this in the information that Donner originally sent me, I was initially really excited because normally, I'll go ahead and set up my piano here. If I'm going to be playing, I'm not going to put the pedal all the way down. Normally, the pedal is going to be, you know, halfway down to maybe, so that's where it is. And if you can see my foot, that's all the way down. So that was about maybe 3/4 of the way down. Now here, I'm doing one long pedal, so having it deeper is okay. If you're playing things where the texture is a lot thicker, you have to do more changes, or what often works better is just not putting the pedal all the way down. Now if you notice, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a note here and slowly put the pedal down. Do you see it just starts to catch there? A little bit of resonance, but it's still a dry sound. So if you're playing something with a thicker texture, this is a very, very useful technique to have. Okay, now put it a little bit farther. So it's just very, very lightly. That was maybe 1/4 of the way down. And this pedal does the same thing. Now again, this is, to me, the most exciting feature of this. We're going to do the same thing and just see how responsive it is. See, it just starts to catch. Now obviously there's less resonance. It's, you know, kind of simulating a piano in a room, and it's going to do a pretty good job of that. So, okay, so here we go. Let's try that again. So a little bit of resonance. It dies away a little bit faster in roughly the same position. So this is about halfway down. Now if I do something like this, just playing through the diatonic chords of C major, root position, the previous are almost dying away by the time I get to the next. So that's about halfway down. If I put it all the way down, you'll notice the difference. We're literally still hearing the first notes. Right, so it lasts a long time. So you can imagine the uses for this. Now normally, again, if I'm using pedal, it's not going to be all the way down, because if I do put it all the way down, then you know, it's going to be really muddy, especially if I have a lot of notes. And you can do one of two things. You can do lots of changes, which is kind of ridiculous, or you have the pedal closer to the top and you can do little micro changes. And what that allows you to do is to get a sound where you get a little bit of resonance, but not too much. So this is a huge feature. And what I love about this S300, it comes all in one as a package. So that roughly around $1,000, I think. And this would be the kind of instrument where if a student said, I want to buy digital one time and I want to keep it and not have to upgrade. This is actually a great option for that. If you guys are interested in checking out this keyboard, there will be a link in a pinned comment as well as in the description so you can check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, put them down below, and I'll see you guys next time.